A little bit of a two-edged sword for the defense there. On the one hand, giving credence to the defense's contention that the crime scene was contaminated by too many people walking around, and then on the other hand, identifying Alex's voice on that recording up by the kennels at a point where he said he wasn't there.
Yeah, identifying his voice as being there is compelling. That's it. If you believe he was there, it not only shows that his alibi was not credible, but also that he was there. He had an opportunity. It blows out of the water that there might be someone else there to kill his wife and child. So yeah, a little bit of benefit. Okay, he's crying. He fits the part, consistent with what his son Buster said the other day. Yeah, Daddy looked like he was upset. He was destroyed. Okay, that makes him either a victim or a phenomenal actor. But what doesn't help the defense at all is someone saying that's his voice, he was at the scene, and thus he's a liar.
But in his opening statement, the defense attorney Dick Harpootlian suggested that even if that is Alex Murdaugh who was heard on that recording out by the kennels, it doesn't show a whole lot, that there was a normal discussion with no animosity, he said, that his son Paul is very happy. He said nobody's down there threatening him, Paul that is. Daddy is not pulling out a shotgun and killing him. So is that a suggestion that, okay, even if Alec wasn't completely forthcoming of where he was, there's no threat there?
Okay, yeah, so the first part is you got to get past that. Okay, folks, remember what he was saying about the alibi? That's all garbage. Okay, but even if he was there, it doesn't mean that he did this. Okay, well, that's where you've got testimony that the defense vehemently objected to that answers the question, the prosecutors don't have to answer, motive, why someone in their right mind would kill their wife and their precious offspring. And the answer is because he wasn't in his right frame of mind. If they can show that he's an opioid addict for 20 years and that he began stealing from his law firm and his trusted clients, already the wheels will be in motion showing that he was not in the right frame of mind.
You mentioned his son Buster, who we're seeing screen right beside you there, Mark. One of the big issues that the prosecution has contended is that Alex Murdaugh was not showing any emotion or the expected emotion the night of the murders. As you pointed out, Buster testified to the exact opposite of what the prosecution is contending. Here's what he said yesterday. Listen here.
His demeanor was, he was destroyed. He was heartbroken. I walked in the door and saw him and gave him a hug and just broken down.
Could he speak?
Not really.
Was he crying?
Yes, sir.
So he suggested he was very emotional the night of the murders. Now here's the thing that I can't quite figure out here, Mark. Unless there's some weird family dynamic going on that we don't know, if Buster Murdaugh suspected his father of killing his mother and his brother, you would expect that there would be hatred in his voice. Yet here's this kid taking the stand, defending his father to the hilt.
You got it, John. That's why this witness was extremely compelling for the defense. He did two major things. Number one, he's essentially saying, I believe in my father's innocence. And he's not saying that. He's not allowed to say that. That's for the jury to decide. But he's saying it. It's implied in the manner in which he's testifying, showing that his father looked more like a victim than a perpetrator. But the second thing that he gave the defense was he finally resolved this issue of whether his father said to law enforcement that they did them wrong or I did them wrong. I mean, that whole thing took days and it was a major issue. And now his son is saying it was they, not I.
But it's only what he heard. Other people have heard different things. Mark, we'll see where this goes. We'll keep following it. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Jillian?
Well, take a look at this. An Arizona rancher who denies killing a Mexican man he found on his property appeared in court today. He asked the judge to set him free, who he says was the real killer. Coming up.
Plus, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg